Welcome to Living Life to the Fullest, the space where we dive deep into self-awareness and personal transformation. I am Eve, and today we're talking about something that might be blocking the love, happiness, and change you desire: clutter. But not just physical clutter, we're talking about mental and energetic clutter too. Are you making space for the things you truly want in your life? Let's explore how decluttering your space, your thoughts, and your energy can open doors to the love and life that you desire. Before we dive in, take a moment and ask yourself, what am I holding on to that might be holding me back? And feel free to journal your answer or share your thoughts with me on social media. Clutter is not just about having too many things in your home. It's about the things you hold on to that no longer serve you. These can be physical objects, outdated beliefs, or lingering emotions. Everything we keep in our lives carries energy, and when we accumulate too much of it, we create stagnation. If we want to welcome love, success, or transformation, we first need to make room for it. Think about the areas in your life where clutter exists. Physical clutter, for example, overstuffed closets, chaotic living spaces, or unnecessary belongings. Mental clutter, for example, negative self-talk, outdated beliefs, or overthinking. Emotional clutter, like unprocessed past hurts, toxic relationships, or unresolved emotions, and energetic clutter, like unfinished projects, open loops, and things draining your focus. Each type of clutter creates barriers between you and the life you truly want. Today, we will break down each one and uncover how to clear it so you can invite transformation. Let's start with physical declutter. Physical declutter is the most visible form of clutter. Yet we often underestimate its impact on our mental and emotional well-being. The state of our physical space directly reflects our inner world. If we want to welcome love and transformation, we must create an environment that supports our desires. So how does physical clutter affect your life? Physical clutter creates mental overwhelm. A cluttered space can lead to feelings of stress, anxiety, and being emotionally drained. It can also block new energy. When every inch of your space is occupied, there's literally no room for new opportunities, relationships, or experiences to enter. Physical clutter can also affect you in the way that it keeps you stuck in the past. You might be holding on to items from old relationships, outdated decor, or clothes that no longer represent who you are, and it prevents you from stepping into your future. And the last one, how it affects you, is the impact it has on your productivity and your focus. A disorganized space makes it difficult to concentrate and can make daily tasks feel overwhelming. So what are the key areas in the physical declutter space? Your living space, number one. Is it ready for the love and the change that you crave? So walk into your home as if you were a visitor. What does your home say about your life? Is your home inviting for a potential partner, or does it reflect an isolated single lifestyle? Could you create an open, welcoming space that signifies your readiness for love or change? Area 2, your bedroom, your sanctuary for love and rest. Your bedroom should be a peaceful, intimate space that nurtures love and relaxation. Remove anything that reminds you of past relationships or heartbreak, and introduce elements that make you feel cherished, such as soft lighting, fresh linens, and soothing colors. Area 3 is your closet. So are you holding on to clothes that no longer fit your style or make you feel confident? Let also go of items that symbolize a past version of yourself that you've outgrown. Make space in your closet as an act of inviting a future partner into your life. And the last space is your digital space. Decluttering isn't just about physical items. Our digital lives need attention too. Delete all messages, remove contacts that no longer serve you, and unfollow accounts that drain your energy. Organize your emails and files to create a sense of clarity and control. So when you are decluttering your life physically and making space for change and love to enter your life, it's a good idea to start with setting an intention. So before you start decluttering, start your purpose. Write down, I am making space for, and then write down what you're making space for. It can be love, it can be joy, it can be transformation, it can be success, whatever is for you. Also, if you feel overwhelmed with physically decluttering your space, start small. Focus on one drawer or one shelf or one room at a time, rather than doing everything at once. With every object that you're holding, ask yourself, does this item bring me joy? Does it support my future self? Am I holding on to this because of fear or obligation? Does this represent the life I want to create? With every object that you're doubting about, hold it and ask yourself these questions, and then you know if you should be keeping it or that it can go. If you let go of things, let go with gratitude. Letting go of items is easier when you can do it with gratitude. So thank each item for its purpose before letting it go. You can donate it, you can sell it, or recycle items with appreciation. Once you've decluttered, introduce elements that make you feel inspired and open to love and change. Candles, art, or cozy seating can help create a nurturing space. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of things, it's a symbolic act of releasing the old to welcome the new. You can turn this process into a ritual, for example, by adding uplifting music while decluttering, so you shift the energy of your space. You can burn sage or light a candle as a way to cleanse your home, and you can write down your intentions for what you want to invite in your life. So I invite you for today, choose one area of your physical space to declutter today. Whether it's a single drawer, your wardrobe, or your entire bedroom, take action and notice how it makes you feel. Then let's move on now to mental decluttering. Mental decluttering is often the hardest to recognize because it exists within our thoughts and beliefs. Our minds are constantly processing information, replaying past experiences, and predicting future outcomes. However, when we hold on to limiting beliefs, we unconsciously block ourselves from the very things we desire. So, how can mental clutter hold us back? Number one, it can hold us back by creating negative thought patterns. When you repeatedly tell yourself that love is hard to find or that you're not good enough, your brain starts to believe it as truth. Number two, it can lead to self-sabotage. Limiting beliefs can make us unconsciously push away opportunities that will bring us happiness and growth. Number three, it keeps you stuck in a fixed mindset. If you believe change is impossible, you won't take steps to improve your life. And number four, it affects your confidence and your decision making. When self-doubt dominates your thoughts, it prevents you from making choices that align with your true desires. So let's talk about some common limiting beliefs that block love and that block change and transformation. So some of the limiting beliefs that I've heard a lot from women I work with is love is hard to find, or I have to struggle to be successful. Men are only after one thing, or I'm not good enough for the life that I want, for the life that I desire. I always attract the wrong people, or I'm too old or too young or not smart enough or too thick, too thin to start over. So these beliefs, they create invisible barriers that keep us stuck. And if you believe all good men are taken, your mind will seek proof to confirm that belief. So if you think success is unattainable, you won't recognize opportunities when they appear. So inside my programs, we talk a lot about how to identify limiting beliefs and how to clear them so that you really free up new opportunities and that you can see the new possibilities ahead of you. But for now, we won't have that much time here in the podcast to talk about it. So for now, I would recommend try to identify what comes up for you. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me or is it holding me back? And just start there. And let me know what comes up for you. It's always such an interesting conversation because I believe that we have a lot of common limiting beliefs. We have a lot in common. as women. So I invite you to identify one limiting belief that you're ready to let go of. Write it down, challenge it. You ask yourself, is this really true? And what you can do for now is try to see if you can replace it with an empowering belief. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. That's why in my program we work on clearing them all together. But for now, see if you can practice a better feeling belief. Maybe you can try to reframe it. For example, with if you think love is hard to find, you can reframe it with love is available to me, or I'm open to receiving love. So I invite you to get started with that today. Let's talk a little bit about emotional clutter. Emotional clutter impacts our mental and physical well-being a lot as well. So one of the things that it does is that when we suppress our feelings, our emotions, it creates actually stagnation in the body. When we suppress emotions instead of processing them, they don't just disappear. They get stored in the body and they can cause chronic stress, tension, and emotional burdens. Chronic stress, tension, and emotional burdens can manifest physically as muscle tension, chronic pain, digestive issues, fatigue, low energy, and a weakened immune system. Emotional clutter can also lead to anxiety and depression. Holding on to unresolved grief, resentment, or heartbreak can contribute to feelings of sadness, anxiety, and emotional numbness. Emotional clutter also triggers the stress response. The emotional baggage keeps the nervous system in a heightened state of stress, increasing cortisol, the stress hormone, which can lead to insomnia, high blood pressure, and even heart disease over time. So I want to talk with you about how you can release emotional clutter. The first step to do is always to identify your emotional baggage. Journaling can help you uncover what unresolved emotions are lingering beneath the surface, and you can ask yourself, what emotions am I suppressing? What past experiences still bring me pain or suffering? And to write that down for yourself. Then you can practice the emotional processing. So instead of ignoring emotions, allow yourself to feel them fully. Sit with the discomfort, breathe through it, and acknowledge that emotions are temporary. They are fleeting. They come and they go. You can engage in forgiveness work. And I always have to explain, with forgiveness work, we're not forgiving another person. It's not about forgiving another person's actions, but it's about freeing yourself. So carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Forgiveness is not about condoning that action, but about really freeing up that space for yourself. One of the things that can be really helpful in this case is writing a letter of forgiveness. And you don't have to send it, but to write it down on paper. Or you can visualize to release the person or situation in a meditation. What also helps is creating a let go ritual for yourself. So sometimes a symbolic act helps to release emotional weight. So for example, you can burn an old letter or rip up photographs. You can write down past pains and flush them through the toilet or burn it up. So these are a few examples how you can create a ritual for yourself of letting go. And then practice self-compassion. Speak to yourself the way you would comfort a friend. Replace self-criticism with kindness and understanding. So I want to talk with you a little bit about the mind-body connection and how emotions get trapped in the body. Studies in somatic psychology show that emotional trauma can be stored in the body. So when we don't process emotion, when there is emotional clutter, they accumulate and create blockages, barriers in different areas. So, for example, grief often manifests in the lungs and in the chest, leading to breathing difficulties, for example. Anger can be stored in the liver, causing digestive issues and tension. And fear and anxiety often accumulates in the stomach, leading to gut imbalances. So you can release these emotions through movement, breath work, and even sound, like for example singing or crying. And they can really help to clear these barriers. Let's talk about the last form of decluttering, energetic decluttering. So energetic clutter happens when we leave things unresolved, whether it's unfinished projects, commitments we no longer want, or old connections that drain us. This kind of clutter often operates in the background of our minds, constantly pulling at our attention and depleting our energy. Signs of energetic clutter are unfinished business that keeps coming back to your mind, social media connections that no longer align with you or your values, saying yes to things out of obligation instead of desire, feeling drained by relationships or activities that don't serve your growth, and anxiety over unresolved commitments. So, how can we clear energetic clutter? And there's a few fairly simple steps you can take that create a shift in your energy right away. So, first is unfollow, stop engaging with content or people who no longer align with your vision. Social media and digital clutter can drain energy just as much as physical clutter. Also, close unfinished business, whether it's returning an old item, ending an unclear relationship, or finishing a task you've been avoiding, completion creates peace. Identify what drains your energy. So ask yourself, what activities or people leave me feeling exhausted rather than fulfilled? Setting boundaries is a form of energetic decluttering. Practice mindful consumption. Be mindful of what you allow into your space, whether it's social media, conversations, or commitments. Choose to engage only with things that uplift and align with your personal growth. If you really want to practice energetic decluttering, like open up your Netflix account or whatever account you have on your TV. What do you want to stop watching? What do you want to stop following? And really see what is serving you and what is helping you to come closer to the life that you desire and what is creating a barrier. Release old attachments, so holding on to old memories, past relationships, or situations that no longer serve you can weigh you down. So like we said before, also with energetic decluttering, you can release old attachment, for example, by creating a ritual of release, such as writing a goodbye letter or physically removing objects tied to the past. And create an energetic reset routine. So activities, for example, meditation, journaling, breath work, and spending time in nature can help cleanse and reset your energy field. Think of energetic clutter like having too many browser tabs open on your computer. Each unfinished project, lingering connection, or unresolved situation is like an active tab consuming bandwidth, slowing down your mental and emotional processing power. So closing these tabs frees up your energy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters and move forward with clarity and purpose. So what is one energetic open tab that you can close today? Maybe it's unfollowing someone, maybe it's about finishing a task or setting a clear boundary. So decluttering isn't just about getting rid of things, it's about making space for what truly matters. When you clear physical, mental, emotional, and energetic clutter, you create the capacity to welcome love, transformation, and a greater version of yourself into your life. So now it's your turn. I want you to take action today. What's one thing you are decluttering from your life this week? Send me a message on social media, on Instagram. I am at the 180 degrees turnaround. 180 is written in numbers, so 180. Leave a comment or tag me in your decluttering journey because I'd love to hear from you. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support helps spread the word and bring more valuable content to you. And before we wrap up, next time we're diving into a fascinating topic: masculine versus feminine energy. So are you stuck in doing mode, always chasing, always striving? Or have you embraced the power of being and receiving? We will explore the balance between action and flow and how understanding these energies can transform your relationships and your life. You won't want to miss this one. Until next time, remember, when you clear what no longer serves you, you create space for what truly fulfills you.